Principles. This is Practical Prince. We're doing talk and tarot, so feel free to drop your questions in or just chat. We're going to do as many readings as we can within the next hour. Yeah, until we get those in, we'll go ahead and shuffle cards, refresh and reset in a sense. This is Cosmovisions. Hope you're doing well. Wrapping up our taxes in this household, so that's been fun-ish. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll certainly be getting a refund this year, but I don't know, I've just never had any luck with any of the withholding sort of stuff, so yeah. Hey, Lavina. I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah. She's not as ill. She's definitely got some stuff, but it's not like she needs help or anything. At this point, she just needs some time for some parts to heal. So, yeah, she's in a much better place. Okay. Yeah, it sounded like it was rough, but that you were handling it pretty well, all things considered. Okay. Don't want to lose my cards. Let's see. I guess we'll see it once it comes in. So this is the Lost Forest. The previous one was the Destiny deck. And then we've got our two Lucine edition. Or sorry, two editions of Lucine. Hey, Mar. Good morning. How are you doing? Almost done shuffling. A bit of a bend in there. Okay. Drop that. Go ahead and ask a question if you'd like a reading. I'll drop this for a moment since my hands aren't that interesting without cards in them. Lavina has a question she's asked privately, so give me a second to read through that. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I'll do Lavina's question first, but then I'll do your reading after. So if that's a suitable arrangement, by all means, avail yourself of it. Okay. Okay. Well, so there is, speaking to Lavina, there's 1, 2, and 3, right? Just want to make sure. Because there's sort of that tandem option, but yeah, I think we're doing Prisma. My only clarification, I guess, would be there's 3 options, right? I know there's the 2 working in tandem. Okay. Okay. So then I'll refer to them that way, the 1 versus the 2. And obviously, the 2 might end up being a 1, depending on how it plays out, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if it'll try treating it like a yes-no, or if we'll actually go numeric and try for a 1-2 or something like that. Do want that. Okay, I think it's leaning into the numeric. Okay. Go with your 2 option. Is basically what that comes down to. 8 of Swords, I mean, that normally deals with self-imprisonment, self-entrapment in a sense. Really, that's just speaking to the home situation, the work from home. So, um, so lean on that one. And yeah, I think that's the one you were tentatively planning on. Yeah, so you're already on track there. The two combined option. Yeah, well, so it would be starting now. Kella. So I guess some of these have similar names, don't they? Yeah, no, that's unique. So starting with Kella. So I guess, is there also a question about whether you should wait? Yeah, you should start now. Does that clarify everything, Lavina? Okay. Yeah, I didn't really get a sense of weight. I really just got the sense of home. So I would start now with what you've got. I can easily see an 8 being interpreted towards the weight option, but that's not the sense I got from that. And okay. What intentions my ex-wife has with me? Okay. Well, let's find out. Yeah, looks like we're using Midnight Scene. Let's go ahead and add that. We're looking at intentions. There might be a distinction between conscious or overt versus um, something unintended, but really a guiding principle for them or something like that. I'll try to distinguish if it's applicable. I think that one's reversed. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? So just the two. This is a forward intention. And what I mean by that is it's more obvious, it's more conscious. Um, it's something within their operating realm. They understand this intention. Um, I'm not really getting a sense of whether this is conscious or not, so we'll leave that be. This is reversed. I'm going to have to look that up just because I don't get a whole lot of reversed, and they're not direct opposites if they're upright. So, oh, and weight-wise, there's a little more weight to this intention, which makes sense given that it's conscious. Okay. Not to say this is negligible or anything, but yeah. So we've got the Emperor, and then we've got a reversed 10 of Swords. That'll be interesting. 10. The Emperor is interesting. You'll have to determine a bit of this for yourself. The Emperor has themes of order. That would be the simplest way to put it. Now, it could be bringing things into harmony. That's one way of looking at order. This could also mean tyrannical, controlling. And I guess let me see if I can suss out which way it goes. Okay. The intent is pure. It's also fairly easy to corrupt. So bear that in mind. She could easily get carried away with it or take a turn for the worse with it. So just be cautious in engaging with her, at least as far as that goes. For reverse 10, let me reference guide. The particular deck, this one, doesn't have reverse associated with it. So this one, lingering pain, resistance, fatigue. Alas, whatever period of hardship you're in is not quite ready to close. There are a few more painful days to come, but do not despair. After fatigue and many tearful nights, you have learned the valuable skills of patience and transcendence. Listen carefully to what this cycle is trying to teach you. Whatever awaits you may not be pleasant, but it is a vital and inescapable truth. I'll tailor and interpret that for you, but Let me get another Ten of Swords for comparison. Healing, overcoming devastation, cleansing. Reversed, the wake is not seen as a grim ending, but rather as a cleansing. Card appears reversed when healing is nearby. Your heart aches, your body breaks, and your mind shakes, but your soul still yearns to thrive, and all it needs is a good cleansing. So similar themes. This one focuses more on the healing aspect. The other one, sort of on the weariness. So coming from that, what is the intention here? A bit of both, but really this would be focusing on the cleansing aspect, trying to fix things, which is in line with the pure intention we're getting from the Emperor. So yeah. Any questions, Mar? Anything I need to clarify or explain further? And it's okay if you want to watch the video again. You're on Facebook, so I'm easy enough to message there and ask for clarity or follow up. So let me get that. I'll try it again. That'll be a natural part of it with bringing things into order. I don't know about the little by little, but that's probably just good practice on your part. Just making sure things don't get too far ahead of themselves. I mean, that's definitely a direction she's interested in as far as returning and being serious. But it's not like there's an urgency or a need for speed with it. And it's not that she's trying to force that outcome either. As part of the harmonizing process, you guys might come to the conclusion that, yeah, we might not be the best as a couple, but we're a good fit as friends or something to that effect. but yeah, as part of that harmony, yeah, getting away from the past and looking towards the future. How serious it is, you guys will have to play that out. I wouldn't say afraid to return. There's definitely a methodical sense to it. That's part of the order we're getting to from the emperor. Um, and you said little by little. That would be an apt way of describing it. Um, so if she is afraid, that's not a huge part of it. It's really just the approach. Um, there's something to. Let me respond to that. Because yeah, I mean, if you guys were to return and be together, it would be different for sure. Um, but as part of harmonizing, um, getting more into alignment, um, like I said before, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll go back to being a couple. Um, you guys might find you're a better fit at arm's length or something like that. And that's not to downplay you guys getting together as a possibility. That's a very real one. Hey, Tina. Um, hey, Miha. Yes, both of you can have readings. Um, I guess, does that make sense, Mar? Part of it will be understanding why things played out the way they did, um, understanding you and her better. Um, and as that's cleared up, cleaned, and as you guys talk more and get connected and aligned, um, you'll have a better understanding of where you guys want to take that relationship. And that really could be either way. That's really your guys' choice and agency. Doing well, Tina. Um, Neha, if you have a specific question, go ahead and ask that. Or if you want a general one, uh, just let me know. Um, Tina, specific guidance or I guess same thing, in general, or did you have a specific question? Um, Mar, Just want to make sure we're good there. Okay. All right. Um, Neha, let me do Tina. She just came in first, so I'll do you right after. Um, if there's any particulars about that day you want to know, um, I love specifics, but if you want to keep it like it is, that's fine too. Um, so I guess Tina, the questions coming from this, I assume, would be confirming, are you stuck? Um, and if so, how to move forward. Yeah, no problem. Okay, just want to make sure we got that right. Um, Looks like we're using Lost Forest. Bring our cards back up. Yeah, no, that'll be good enough. So, interesting. So, how good is that? I think that may just be filling in yes, no. Let's see. Right. Okay. Let's see what we've got. You can see that. Yeah. Okay. So we've got yes, no. We've got some meaning here. This one needs some clarification, but there wasn't a card quite right for it, or at least not conveniently located. And I think this will be the more important one. but I guess it sort of assumes that we get a yes. So let me just go ahead and flip this. 10 of skies, 7 of earth, 10 of oceans. That'd be yes and no. Let me double check the 7 of earth, where that falls. That'd be 7 of pentacles. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that was. So this would be a yes as well. So as far as normal yes, no, this would be yes, but it may take time. So as far as how that would apply to your situation, that's pretty interesting. I mean, because the 10 of skies, we got some meaning from that. That would indicate it's sort of sudden and drastic. 10 of oceans leans towards emotion, happiness, well-being. But there's some sort of clarification we need there. So it might be more emotional. Is that what we're getting at? Yeah. Okay. Um, so I wouldn't consider you stuck right now. Um, but and let me see if I can get a time frame. Yeah, we're looking at this year, probably looking more so at months. 3 to 4, maybe 5. No, 5 is fair game. So 3 to 5 months. Um, something happening, and it really wrecks you emotionally, is the clarification we're getting from the 10. Um, so again, not stuck right now, but something coming. And as far as addressing it, Ace of Skies, 5 of Skies. Those would normally be Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords. Um, the Ace of Skies deals with mental clarity um, and a personal power. Um, realizing a lot of the times when it comes up, that somebody has neglected, forgotten, or set aside the amount of power they have. So whether you yielded it to a relationship or something like that, um, or just haven't really considered what you're capable of, Ace of Skies would first and foremost say it is within your control to address and to take care of as far as the being stuck state. Um, 5 of Skies, let me get into that. Because normally this one deals with conflict. Um, and really the solution for that would be to disengage, to walk away from it. The fight may still be ongoing, um, but it's something you can't involve yourself personally anymore. Um, could it be moving that causes it? Um, unlikely. From the 10 of Skies, it feels more sudden. So I don't think moving would really doesn't make sense because that's usually well thought out. You don't usually have sudden moves. Okay, I think I've gone through all the cards and their relevance. So any more questions or clarifications, Tina? And welcome, plain and practical. Okay. And that's, in my mind, that seems a more likely cause, area where you could see it. That's a relationship close to you. Um, and people are potentially unpredictable. So I can see that being sudden and emotional. That would meet those qualifications. That's not to say it certainly is your daughter. Um, but if that's the person you're most connected with, then yeah, that does help limit things just by the nature of the emotional aspect. I'll go ahead and clean those up and I'll highlight it once I shuffle. Okay. And it, oh, thank you. I was just about to go find that again. Speaking to Tina though, you might not have to physically move away. It might be more of a mental, um, personal, I'm not going to get involved with this. So um, I can understand the term, but yeah, it might not be specifically physical. On April 19th. Yeah, no, I've got a stronger feel. Um, okay. Couldn't quite tell initially, but looks like we're using Destiny. Oh, thanks, Tina. Miha, when you say "and any guidance," I'm assuming specific to the day of April 19th, right? And if not, that's fine. Just want to make sure. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think those might be really important bits. So let me check. Okay. So this isn't exhaustive of what's going to happen April 19th. This is just what they felt needed to be highlighted. I didn't get a sense of what would be guidance versus what is something that happens. So, and it might be a mix of both. We'll just see. We've got Wheel of Fortune as well as Queen of Cups. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you really need me to get into this too much. The notes here are fate and change. Wheel of Fortune is generally auspicious, a good luck, so to speak, or very good luck, you might say, since it's in the major arcana. And then the Queen of Cups, with the notes here, we've got our action and victory. So, as far as these two go, those are good things, favorable outcomes, whether it's chance or work you've put in. I guess let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't know that I'm really going to get more specific than that. So, yeah, but okay. So that makes sense. Yeah, sounds like it'll go great. No problem. I'll go ahead and shuffle, and we'll pop our caption back up, just so people know they can ask. Okay. That's good to go. All right, so we're all caught up. If you've got questions, feel free to ask. If you just want to chat, that's fine too. I'm not too much of a monologuer, so um, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather end the stream than have to try and monologue too much. I'll try to keep it up for a few minutes just to give people time, because there's definitely lag between whatever platform you're on and the software I use. Thanks. Um, we used to have music, but then they stuck that behind um, well, an upgrade. I'm just using the free version of this software. It looks like they've added some more sounds, but I haven't had a chance to check them out. I do prefer more calm sounds, though. So. About not wanting the bells and whistles? Yeah. Thanks. Um, yeah, I haven't really checked out other people. Um, in whatever category you found me as. But like, I understand that flashy and whatnot can be eye grabbing and get attention. Um, but that's not something I usually do. If I'm going to perform, it would probably be in a musical, but um, I usually prepare it and it fits the scene it's in. But this stuff where I'm just doing live readings with you, like, it is what it is. So, hey, Rada, doing well. How are you? Thanks. But yeah, speaking to plain and practical, I mean, as far as speaking to your husband, you can just be frank and be like, that's not my style, which is fine. It's more slow and steady stuff. Well, congrats, Rada, getting near that finish line. At least for me. Yeah, go ahead and ask. Plain and practical, and I were just chatting. So, yeah, again, I haven't seen any of the performances myself, but um, yeah. So I guess I can't really speak to that too much. But if anything, your husband should be happy that you're not paying up for bells and whistles. So, kind of like my wife. She's also a student. And she'll be done next year too. So we can both celebrate. We can all celebrate then. What actions will my friends take by any means? Which time is it? I think we're running into Cosmo. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you have a sense of time? Sure, Cleo. We can look into that. Just let me finish up with Rada. Yeah, we don't have an order to these actions, so either could come first, and I don't really have a sense of when, which I guess makes sense, given how little I know. So we've got 3 of Trees, 3 of Pentacles, as well as Karma, which would normally be Justice. So as far as actions, Karma is interesting. You might know what that speaks to. If it's the reap what you sow, you get what you put out. So um, so you'll have a better idea of what that might entail, whether for better or worse. Let me check 3 of Pentacles. Hard work, determination, willingness to grow. There is nothing more satisfying than seeing your hard work, hard work pay off, especially when it involves physical labor. When this card shows up, it is a sign of your strong determination and willingness to grow. The work you have spent endless hours on is starting to bear fruit. This card is a sign to keep going. Your work is not done yet, but you are surely heading in the right direction. So, let me know if you have questions on that, but it sounds like they're committing, digging deeper into it. So. Okay, closing clean this up. Um, is that going to be sufficient? Yeah. Okay. Don't really know. The cosmic tree would normally be the hermit, and as far as yes, no, that's a neutral card. So possible, um, but it could really go either way. So this is. I'm sorry, that was speaking to Rada's follow-up question. As far as Cleo's, Good to know. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and post your question. But as far as the work deck is, I guess I should double check. Guidance related to I think that's this. Yeah, that's the same one. No problem. Okay. Yeah, as far as the normal tarot cards, yeah. And then Hermit was the follow-up. Okay. It's going to be easier putting those cards out. Doesn't need to be. I'll double check that. Okay. Don't know what that came from. Let me see if we found it all. All the cards. Okay. These play a pretty even part as far as how they work together. Whereas this feels like guidance, this feels more like a principle at play. So something to perhaps align yourself with or lean on, but not necessarily guidance to follow, if that makes sense. So we've got infinite paths and 3 of lotuses. And then over here we've got 5 of lotuses. Okay. This is interesting. I mean, as far as the guidance goes, infinite paths would normally be the sun in a traditional tarot deck. And that deals with happiness, joy, sometimes abundance. But I mean, these are all very positive elements, very positive emotions and feelings. 3 of lotuses, normally 3 of cups, deals with harmony and synchronicity. And it's not forced. That's an important thing to clarify. Um, it's a natural harmony, right place, right time, sort of. It comes naturally as far as things falling into place. So I don't know, other than being your usual happy self, or maybe focusing on taking joy and bringing that more fully into your life. This is something that will happen as I keep saying, naturally. There might be some effort to harmonize with her, to work things out in a sense. Um, but it's mostly leading by example, is what we get from the infinite paths from the sun, as far as what you can do. So, a 5 of lotuses. And again, this wasn't guidance so much as a principle at play. This would normally be 5 of cups and deals with grief or loss. So I don't know if she's had some sort of hardship, or, well, that's what this would be indicating. But as far as how you approach her, there's probably this at play. So be tender, be sensitive. I don't know, maybe you need to be pushy. It depends on the person. And you know her better than I. But yeah, dealing with sorrow and tragedy's probably too strong a word. Drama might be a better fit. That's, well, that's the situation. And she sees that more so than you, but that's what you're working with. Thank you. Zaki. Cleo, any questions? I mean, given your response so far, it sounds like most of this is pretty natural for you. So I don't know that there's too much to be worried about. Nice to meet you, Mo. I'm sure you've told me before. And I just, yeah. I remember the username. Is it up there already? That's right. Okay. Let me make sure Cleo is good. Yeah, I don't know that I really have any details for that. Let me see if I can get anything, but I mean, just from this read, I don't have those details. Sorry, Zaki, and I'll need another moment. Yeah, it doesn't look like we get a sneak peek. As far as why, I mean, it basically comes down to you behave differently when you have that information versus when you don't. You'll approach her in different ways. And, well, that would be undesirable in this case. So, yeah, sorry. We couldn't clarify that for you, but well, yeah, well, I mean, basically, she got offended by something. or at least, sorry, I'm done with the reading. This is personal speculation. She got, she basically got offended by something, and as far as offense goes, that's really a personal thing. Um, you don't necessarily want to shield people from offense because there are some things they have to confront. So, okay. What are C's intentions for me? Let's, could have been Cosmo again, but I think it leaned a little more towards this. um, I guess calm comes naturally to me. Um, I guess I'd be more curious why you would think I'd be less calm. I mean, definitely when I started doing tarot readings, um, I was a bit more panicky. But now that I've had practice and grown more comfortable with it, this isn't much different than a piano recital from when I was growing up. You'll make some mistakes unless you happen to have a perfect performance, but they're minor, and the important part is to keep going. So, but I do need to be good about time. So you'll be my last reading, and I need to focus on the question intentions. Where's the yeah. Do we have anything else? Or does that basically cover it? Just a second, Princess. I need to finish finding these cards. Okay. More weight here. This is a tempered pair. you've got the primary one, and then the secondary modifies it. That's all I know before I flip. Princess. I don't have time. I've already run over, and I'll need to run off to work right after this reading. You can reach out to me on just about any social media platform that I'm aware of, and ask your question that way, and I'll just respond when I'm done with work and have time. Or you can wait till next week, if that's okay. But I just want to let you know I'm not going to have time in this stream because I do need to run to work. So we've got 3 of chalices and 10 of wands. And we've also got 8 of chalices. Okay. Interesting. 3 of chalices, we talked about this in a previous reading, deals with harmony, synchronicity. 10 of wands, there's a certain accomplishment, but there's also baggage that's been picked up along the way. So, and I guess the part here is learning to let some of that go. So they're getting better. They're wanting to synchronize, and they are getting better at it. But they do need to let some stuff go. And sometimes you only learn what you need to let go by learning that from someone else that you need to drop it. So twofold there. As far as the 8 of chalices, it would indicate a certain confusion or uncertainty. Basically, doesn't know where to go. So it's not bad. This fits, and this is good. But as far as long term, they haven't really figured that out. And that's probably the more important part for you. Because this all is fine. And that's somewhat normal for relationships. But if you're interested in something long term, then this is a bit of a deterrent. Because it'll be hard for them to settle when they don't have a clear destination or goal. So. Questions, Mo? Anything I need to clarify? Okay. Sounds good. And of course, well, you've probably heard me. You just did. If you do have questions, you can reach out. So, yeah. I guess, what do you mean? Yes. Here, I've already put the cards away. Let me just go big. There's definitely, with the sense of 10 of Wands, there's a certain fatigue. There is a sense of settling and resting, in a sense. So that leans towards the stable. But again, as far as long term and like plans for the relationship, he doesn't really have any. We've got that Eight of Cups and just not really sure where he's going and where to take it. And that's fine. I understand there's lag, but it's something we have to deal with. Yeah, well, I don't know when the fog will clear for him. That's the only thing. So, and yeah, because that could be months, it could be years. Who knows? But as far as stable, he would be that. Okay. Alright. I guess I'll go ahead and switch to this, but I do need to wrap because I do need to get to work in a couple minutes. Thanks for remote work. Glad I could do readings for you. Always fun. We've got this stream again with the live readings next Friday, same time. Wednesday, again, we're just doing reads off of social media, lately Facebook. So if that's of interest, feel free to check it out. But I'm not planning to do live readings then. Hope you guys have a great weekend.